this is not quite as similar, but finding out you were cheated on after. I'm friends with some of my exes. One of them is Bobby. But then you hear, once you've gone through the breakup and it's years afterwards, and then you walk memory lane down together and you're like, hey, remember this time so and so, or they talk about a story. And then they talk about a girl and it wasn't you. But then the timeline is when you guys were together. This has happened at least like 6 times in my life.
What?
And you're like, wait a second. When did you say you fucked Valerie on that lawn? And they're like, oh, it was this time and this time. And I was like, we were, but I never say, but we were together because it doesn't matter anymore. But then I have to keep these little,
crazy.
These little pieces of information where I'm like, I didn't know. It's like, am I glad I didn't know? Because that would have wounded me more.
I think so.
Yeah, I found out after the fact, and I'm like, I can handle that.
If you had found out then about the party, would the breakup had been even harder for you?
I don't know. Honestly, though, I am bone chilled by the whole message exchange of that, but over the party. It's like, it's almost like icks me out that he was throwing a party. Like, it's like weird. I don't like
because you don't like surprises. Oh my God, you would have broken up with him if he threw you a surprise party. You hate surprises.
I know.
Oh, wait, maybe that's his way of breaking up with you.
He knew that if he threw it.
She hates surprise parties. Like, she will end friendships over surprises.
Like no surprises.
I want one September 8th.
Is it your birthday?
Start planning. Yeah.
We're like almost birthday.
When's your
twins.
birthday?
September 11th.
Oh. Sorry.
I'll celebrate on the 8th with you.
Yeah.
Surprise. I'm coming.
My high school boyfriend, who I was obsessed with, I would drive by his house so often. Keep in mind, like, I broke up with him, but I would still drive by his house constantly just to, like, see what was up, if the lights were on, you know,
Girl,
if he was
this is
home.
me. This is my game.
But he lived in a cul-de-sac. And so it's like, he knew my car. I couldn't be like, oh, I had to drive past. It was like I went out of my way every time to go through the cul-de-sac.
That's really that's unlucky for you. I do feel
it's
that.
so different when a boy does this, you know.
I know.
Driving past the cul-de-sac, circling around.
Yeah, I mean, there was one time where I had to tell I was like, Sergio, get out of that bush, because I saw him like
in the bush
outside of my house, and I was in the room with another boy who had a huge crush on, who had just come back from college from Harvard.
Like an extra in Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance?
Yes. I was like, Sergio, get out of the bush. And I saw his BMX bike like parked like not too far. And I was like scared because it's different.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's different.
Sergio, get out of the bush.
Sergio, get out of the bush.
Every word in that sentence carries its own individual weight. Sergio, get out of the bush. Yeah.
That's poetry.
Connor, have you ever
Interesting. If you do get a colonoscopy after Allie, you have to tell them like, hey, it's really, I have this experience with previous anesthesia, because you never want to be awake for it. And some people do like report like nightmare scenarios of like
of being awake during a colonoscopy,
but they're not able to verbalize.
I think a colonoscopy, I wouldn't mind being. I don't think that'd be the worst thing to be awake for.
You know, I've had worse anal before.
Wait, you're scaring everyone right now.
But this is a true thing. Like, Bobby just got a colonoscopy, and he's he was addicted to opiates for a certain portion of his life, so he has to disclose that because his threshold might be higher for certain opiates.
So what did he get?
He got the propofol, and it was fine. And he was like, oh, I'm going to sing a song. I'm going to sing the whole song. You're never going to put me down. And he was out in the second word of the song.
What did they find in his colon?
Nothing. Bitch, this fucking guy smoked for, he's a cockroach. He's a literal Greenland shark. He has not a single polyp, not a single anything.
That's how it goes.
And it pisses me off. Well, I'm happy for him, but also it's like, I wanted to be like, you see that polyp? And now that whole thing,
yeah,
like, that's
you want
from
to scare that. I
know.
know.
My 96-year-old grandma.
Before Brendan Schaub's wife, before Akash Singh's wife, there was Khalyla Kuhn, one of the most despicable, disgusting, evil people on the internet. So she goes through this whole thing and tells how Bobby Lee cheated on her. He didn't cheat on her, by the way. She cheated on him. But what was that whole weird thing where she was like, I'm so bad that he got a colonoscopy and there wasn't polyps or anything like that. But the whole cheating thing in which she threw Bobby Lee's name in there. By the way, she said like 6 different guys said that, they slept with someone else during the time we were dating. Jesus, whore. But aside from that, the Bobby Lee thing. See, this is what happened. They broke up. Khalyla cheated on Bobby, but in order to not make Khalyla the quote-unquote bad guy, her and Bobby concocted this lie in which they went with, first the breakup was just a mutual thing, and then Bobby Lee cheated on her. But when she did ultimately admit that she did cheat on Bobby, but then she broke down one episode, admit she lied about everything. But very recently, Bobby Lee accidentally admitted that he never cheated on Khalyla. So her saying this, who knows? But the fact that Bobby Lee keeps her around people. I mean, we can call Akash a cuck all we want and stuff like that. And I'll say at least Shab seems to have his woman in line. Well, Puig's woman and Little Romeo's woman, but Shab got her in line. I think Shab might have control of his wife's family's green cards. But aside from that, Khalyla, though, Bobby Lee continues to keep her around, even though she's with a new guy. She had a baby with the guy. But not only does he keep her as the co-host on Tigerbelly, he allows her to do this Trash Tuesday podcast, which doesn't make any money, especially since Annie Lederman left the podcast. I've always just gone with the reason of she knows the deep, dark-seated secrets of Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee has done a lot of fucked up stuff. There's a story about Tijuana in there. And Khalyla was around for pretty much all of it, and she knows all the secrets. And it's not even like a thing, I think, to where she has ever threatened him with anything. It's just like he just knows I gotta kind of keep Khalyla happy in order for, I can't have a scorned Khalyla out there and her knowing all my deep, dark secrets. That might not turn out too good for Bobby Lee. Then there was the whole trug walk thing where Shab tried walking Annie and Khalyla to the trug. Not Esther. Esther looks like a weird drawing of olive oil from Popeye. I mean, the whole thing is weird. But aside from that, though, she is the most evil, Khalyla. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.